tutorial number 4 of the Notan project. This is where we left off, and after looking at it a little closer, I noticed that there's something that's not quite right about it. Particularly that my images, it's not clear which edges they are corresponding to. Particularly the peace sign and the Martin Luther King are looking like they're touching two edges. I'm noticing that there's nothing touching the top edge, so we want to try to fix that. So we're going to rearrange things a little bit, just like we did in the last video, and you can see maybe how we can maybe clear this up a bit. Okay, cool. So we'll just come in close, make sure our edges are really tight, really precise. We want to be right on that edge. We'll go up to this one, check out that. Looks like it's good, the M. We're looking down at the Thich Nhat Hanh. It looks like it's lining up on that edge quite nicely. And our peace sign needs like a little bit of adjustment, so I'll select that one. Push the arrow keys to just nudge it into place right there. Okay, super. Command 0 to go back to full screen, and we'll go Command plus to zoom in, or remember you can always use the navigator as a way to get closer or further away. So now we're going to make our Notan design really come to life. And what we're going to do is we're going to select each one of our placed graphics and essentially remove that part of the black square or the black box that we started with and flip it either horizontally or vertically so that what we cut out occupies this exterior white space. Okay, so here's how we're going to do that. With all these layers, if you press Command, hold down Command and click the layer, not the name of the layer, but right in the layer, you'll see that the silhouette is outlined perfectly. Now, if we switch our layer selection to our black box, I have it here called Layer 1. You know, if I really want to be excellent, I should probably label this correctly. Why don't you do that too? Okay, so now with that selected, I can actually show you by turning off the peace sign layer that it's looking at the black of that box and not actually the image that we used. So what we need to do now with that selection is to flip it, just like we did with transform. So we go up to Edit, Transform, and because we're working on the horizontal axis, we're going to flip it horizontal. Flip horizontal. Okay, and now going back to the Move tool, making sure that's selected, we can push Shift Command and click on this layer and pull it out perfectly in a horizontal line until the two images match up. And I'll come in close. Part of this process is about precision, so we want to be very mindful of our work and how precise we execute it. Okay, cool. So now with that, we can push Command D to deselect, and we can look at essentially what's going to go on with all of our shapes. So let's move on to our M. Selecting that layer, holding Command, clicking on the layer, we'll select it. We no longer need to see that layer. We can turn it off, select our black box, go up to the Edit menu, go Transform, and this is on the vertical axis, so we'll choose Flip Vertical. Oh, it's almost symmetrical, isn't that cool? And then what we can do, using our Move tool, make sure that's selected. We can do, well, this time I'm just going to use the arrow keys to push it up, and to make it faster, I can hold the Shift, and it'll go double. And click, 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 all the way up until we're perfectly in alignment. Zoom in, Command plus, holding the space bar to pull the image over. Okay, letting go of the space bar, and now I can use the arrows to just nudge it right into place. Oh, that's not correct. I have to go one more. It's funny. Right there. Okay. And I can go Command 0 to zoom out again. This is starting to really come to life. Command D to deselect. Okay. Let's move on. Martin Luther King Thich Nhat Hanh picture. We'll select that layer and then holding Command and we'll click on the layer, which will select all of that information. We no longer need to see that layer. Selecting our black box, we are now going to, because it's on the vertical axis again, we'll go to Edit, Transform, Flip Vertical. Making sure our Move tool is selected. We can hold down, this time, Shift, Command, which will make us drag perfectly in a vertical line. I'm getting it kind of close from far away, and then I'm going to go Command plus, Command plus, Command plus, Command plus, space bar, holding down to drag my image into place. And looking closely, I actually did a nice job there. But I can nudge it, make sure it's not too far away, make sure it's not too in, really as precise as we can be. Deselect and zoom out, Command minus, Command minus. And last, our Buddha sculpture. Command click, turn off that layer, and we will flip this because it's on the horizontal axis. We'll go Transform, Edit. It won't let me transform that one. Isn't that interesting? You know why? Because I'm not selected on the black box. Did you notice? I missed a step. So make sure you're select on that black box when you go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. Okay, so now using our Move tool, I'm going to, I kind of like the arrow technique, so I'm going to do that again, holding down Shift and the arrow key to make it go fast. Probably could have done this quicker or more efficiently using the drag tool that we did in the last one, but since we're almost there, we're just going to follow it through. Command plus to zoom in, holding spacebar to drag it over, and now without holding the Shift key, I'll use the arrow keys to get it precisely into place. Command D to deselect, and then we'll go Command 0 to show our full Notan as it's in progress. Okay, so clearly we've created a very dynamic composition. We might want to do more work on it. We can talk about that individually. We are not at the end of the project, though, because we do need to add text to the bottom in order to complete the project. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching.